I'm actually out on Jonathon.
Whoa.
I'm completely
Whoa.
out on Jonathon. I have to be in on people, and I have to be out on people, and you've got to make up your mind at some point. And Jonathon's one of the guys I don't like the most.
Hey guys, welcome back to BachMakers, your favorite show that recaps all things Bachelor Nation. Before we continue with this episode, we're going to ask you very nicely, Michael, please deliver the news.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And share.
In that order, or reverse the order. It doesn't matter to us. Just do those things. Helps us. Enjoy this episode. We'll see you in the episode. Just keep watching. All right. Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to BachMakers, presented by Good Time Media. I'm Wyatt. That's Michael. Today, we're recapping week 3, right? Week 3 of Jones' season of The Golden Bachelorette. Michael, this show's too sad.
Yeah.
It's too sad.
It's really all it is. It's sad with a little bit of cuteness in there, but it's just mainly sadness.
And okay, full transparency for our audience listening or watching. For those of you who don't know, I am a high school tennis coach, and literally a couple hours ago, we lost to end our season. And last time I was going to coach some seniors, tears might have came out, and then my reward, I had to go cry some more. I am in an emotionally unstable position right now. Too much crying this afternoon. So I was all over the place. This episode did nothing to help me, and I'm kind of upset about it. It was just tear after tear after tear with this episode. It was too much.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think we're just going to keep getting that week after week, mainly because we've got it pretty much for the past 3 weeks. It's just been sad. I think they've sprinkled in some fun. Pascal's date, I guess, was fun.
Yeah.
But still also kind of sad. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of sadness coming our way still, which is, I think I get why it's so sad. Not just because they're old and they have a lot of experiences, but I think ABC knows that people are watching Dancing with the Stars. So they got their happiness out on Tuesday. So on Wednesday, ABC's like, all right, you're happy. You had your happiness. You had your fun. It's time to cry.
Just bring them back down to earth a little bit.
So that's kind of the balancing act that I think ABC went with.
Yeah, it's not fair. It really isn't. It just toys with my emotions, and I don't love it, but it's doing its job. Before we get into the episode, we have to talk about, we haven't given a fantasy football update in a little bit. So
Yeah.
mostly because we've been losing.
No, that can't be it.
That can't be it.
That can't be the reason.
So with BachMakers, we're sitting at about 2-2 through 4
It's
weeks.
fine.
Middle of the pack. We're above the playoff line. If the season ended today, we would be in the playoffs, barely. I'm not going to turn on you for, I've texted you
Literally
separately.
not worried.
Ramondre Stevenson might go down as one of the worst picks of all time.
Dude, stop.
He's getting benched by his own team. I want to cut him. I want to cut him from our team. It's atrocious.
He's fine.
He's bringing the rest of our guys down.
He'll be fine. Patriots paid him. He'll be fine.
Exactly.
I think it's objectively Sam Laporta was the worst pick, for sure.
Probably.
When we drafted tight end 3rd, 4th round or whatever, I was like, yeah, we're gonna regret that. I regret it for sure.
Bit. Definitely.
Laporta is not doing it.
Could have used a running back then, to be fair.
We're fine. We got JK. We got, who's our other running back? Etienne. We're fine.
Gross.
We're fine.
It's a gross running back room, but we'll keep you guys updated on that as much as possible. But 0-2 the last 2 weeks, which is not great.
We got the rookie of the year though.
We do. Jaden Daniels. Come on. All right. Golden Geezer of the week. So we've kind of gotten away from this through Gen season, but we want to give a shout out to one person each week. You want to go first, Mike?
Yeah. We might have the same one, maybe. I don't know. It's your guy.
Oh,
guy.
Yeah.
I think he totally deserved it. Not only at the start of the episode, him sitting down with Charles, explaining the whole mouth biting thing. Guy, master doctor, coming in to save the day. And then at the end of the episode, the dude was the only other guy to sing this song with Ken. Ken wrote this song. I don't know if maybe the producers gave that to him, or I don't know how that happened. I think he
We
actually
are
wrote
the
it.
Mansion Man, the Mansion
The
Man.
Mansion
Da, da,
Man.
da.
Yeah.
We are the Mansion Men, the Golden Season Mansion Men. We're here to win the heart of Joan.
Great song. It's a
A
great song.
classic sailor song. Um, and he was the only one to sing with him, and that's spoke to his character. And I was like, "We love you, we love you,
That
guy."
I love that moment. I was almost mad at the other guys. I was like, why is no one else when
Yeah,
he was singing that song? I was like, if everyone just bought into it and had fun with the song, it'd be hilarious and great and be a great moment. But that was the one time I was mad at the geezers where I was like, guys, just go along with it. Help out Kim here. Sing the song. It'll be fun. But shout out to Guy. He was my golden geezer as well for that exact reason. I'm very glad at least someone chimed in and sang with Kim. All right, quotes of the week. I got a few down here. First thing I want to point out, this isn't a quote of the week. This is just something that people have pointed out in the comments. We talked last week about Chalk and how he talks like he's closing some type of business deal. And someone pointed out in our comments, which a lot of people confirmed, and I agree with, he sounds like Peyton Manning.
oh yeah, that is how Peyton met. And he kind of, I think it's the nose. They kind of have similar nose, similar sneezes.
Chalk is Peyton Manning. And you close your eyes, you hear him talk. It sounds just like a Manning cast. It's great. And it's the cadence is perfect. It makes me like Chalk more. It really does. Being
Yeah, I
an
mean,
Indiana guy.
and he's Midwestern too. He's Wichita.
Mhm.
That's Midwest. Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't really.
Yeah. You won't be
think-
able to unhear it now.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say blue 42. Say it.
All right, what kind of quotes you got?
Kind of all over the place. It wasn't a quote because he said so many things at once where I was just like, I don't know what to write down. I was trying to follow, and but it was just Pascal when the car came up, when that red Ferrari or whatever kind of car it was came up, and he opened the door and he saw it. And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, no, whoa, whoa!" He was
Whoa! Whoa! You gotta be kidding me! Oh, are you not afraid of driving? I'm a fast driver.
I'm driving.
No, you're not
I am
driving.
driving. Yes, I am.
Whoa!
just so excited about the car, like so excited. And that was just
He was
super
so
cool.
excited that I think he thought he was going to drive the car. I think that was where his excitement was coming from. The
Yeah.
thought never went into his brain that, oh, maybe Joan's driving. He never
Yeah.
he couldn't comprehend that.
Yeah, he definitely was excited to drive the car. But yeah, it kind of, I feel like it scared Joan in a way, not like in a bad way,
Yeah.
but like she was just not expecting that response. She was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going with this car.
We'll talk more about Pascal in a second because of the one-on-one date, but he does have a certain energy to him, which is appealing. It's a fun, as Joan said, zest for life. He is very youthful and very energetic, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. As much as, again, he went on his whole I'm high maintenance. I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't do laundry, and I don't know what he's gonna do now
Clean.
that Greg's gone. I don't know who's gonna do his laundry. I'm
Yeah,
worried.
he's gonna have to find a ABC intern to do that.
I have two quotes from Charles L. Who we gotta stop counting them out. Each week
Well-
we've said this is probably the last time. Now this is probably the last time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the producers are like keeping him, but he's getting a lot of screen time for, I don't think, a top 6 finisher.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking then, Mike?
What, Plant? What?
No. They're like, hey, let's keep him around. Screen time, he's not gonna win, but
Oh, Bachelorette. I
King Charles be getting that Bachelorette it? Come on.
mean,
All hail
he
the
would
king.
need to last at what? At least another 3 weeks, at least.
I don't know. I think they could give it to him now. Like, but like, what standard? If he doesn't make it a couple weeks, America would love it.
America would love it. I don't know if Charles would love it, to be honest. Honestly,
Great point.
I don't think Charles would want that, to be honest.
I think he would. I think he's I think here's the story. He's not there yet. Joan helps him get to a place where he will be ready. It's not with Joan, but then he's now, hey, I'm ready. Joan helped me get there. I'm ready to fully be open. Golden Bachelor. And Mike, I'm telling you right now.
And Angela Bailey will be nominated by at least both of us.
I'll try to fake my way on to the season. If Charles L is the Golden Bachelor, it will be my most anticipated season of any show ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be great. I mean, it'd be sad because that cast they're gonna have for them are gonna be some of the most gentle, kind grandmas ever.
I'm already.
It'll be even sadder. Probably it'll be even sadder. But regardless, I think he would do great if he got it. But
I have again, circle back. I do have two Charles L quotes. He said when they went out, him and Gary, which again, great combination. Him and Gary went to go get the sleep stuff for everybody, like the earplugs and all that.
Plant.
He said we need to sleep well with sweet dreams for Joan.
Okay. We need to sleep well with sweet dreams for Joan.
It was just so wholesome. He's like, we need to sleep well for Joan because Joan deserves men who are well rested.
That whole experience with Gary and Charles like going to the store, that was so like producers saying, "Hey, go pick out some stuff."
Here's the.
It felt so staged because those two are like the favorites of the producers right now, right? They're the reaction guys and the wholesome, fun-loving old grandpas that they know America's gonna love.
Because the other quote is after Kickball, and he has his incredible kick that I don't know if it's still landed. It's still up in the air how he kicked it so far. And the first thing he says in his interview is, "Did you see the ball I kicked?"
Did you see the ball I kicked? They didn't catch it, and I'm thrilled.
It's like, hey Charles, there's cameras everywhere. They saw it.
That was one of my quotes, but it was, "Did you see the ball I kicked? They didn't catch it." He had a little pause, and he was like, "They didn't catch it." It was perfect. It was perfect. His timing is impeccable. Like his comedic timing is so unintentionally perfect.
He said earlier in the episode, he's like, "It's a chaos." He was talking about no one could sleep. It's so good. The only other quote I had, I don't even want to say it. It's Joan was talking about Pascal and how he looks great for his age. So the direct quote that she said, again, don't want to say it out loud. She said, "He's a great 69.
He's an awesome 69.
Yeah.
And we can move on. Yeah. We can move on. We don't have to talk about that. I had to get it out there. I'm doing my job as a journalist, but she said that. Do you have any other quotes?
From Pascal's, when Pascal got the rose, he was like, "Yes, we," and then it was like making fun of like, I think Americans making fun of French culture, right? Because Americans are just like, "Oh, French, oui." So he was doing that.
Pascal, will you accept this rose?
Yes. Oui.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
I don't know why I wrote that down, but I don't know. It was cool.
Pascal grew on me this episode. He really did.
Yeah. None of the other ones are technically quotes. We can get to them when they come around.
All right, yeah. So we'll get into Pascal's one-on-one date. The one thing I want to say about him is, on any other normal season of The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Paradise, he would be the villain. But the cast is so wholesome and welcoming, and they're like, this is just Pascal. This is who he is. He's different than us. He's cut from a different cloth, but we accept that and we love him anyways. Mm-hmm. And it's like refreshing. And I'm sure the producers are like, what are we supposed to do with this? We don't have that. They're supposed to turn on each other. They don't. And they're super happy for him. And they're like, yeah, sure. We'll do your laundry. We'll cook for you. I thought, because the way they opened the episode, it looked
Yep.
like they were about to turn on him. They're like, there's some people who would just sit around and watch and don't cook or clean. And they're like, nope, that's just Pascal. We're fine with it. We love him anyways. And it's like, oh man, it puts the mirror up to our face. Like, we're the bad ones. We're like, oh, he's the villain. They're like, no, we're all happy and okay.
Yeah, maybe the villain is the friends we made along the way.
Like, maybe he is. He's just so happy. He's a happy man, and they get to go to Vegas, a very Pascal themed trip,
Yeah.
very luxurious.
In a PJ, like, oh my gosh, ABC. They're like, I guess we don't need to go to Melbourne, so we're just gonna like spend the bread to go from LA to Vegas in a PJ with, the fancy dresses.
That is a good point. Did they go overseas at all during the Golden Bachelor?
No, I don't think they went. And like,
Anywhere.
I think did they even leave LA?
I don't remember. I mean, it makes
Ye-
sense. I doubt these geezers are gonna want to get on a 14-hour flight anywhere. They
Yeah.
can't spend 14 hours in the mansion without getting some aches and pains and not sleeping. So that'd be tough. But yeah, they go to Vegas and they run into another person who we probably should know but don't. Wayne Newton.
Las Vegas legend. That was his title, and I'm like, that's a sick title to have.
Yeah.
I would love to be such a local of Las Vegas, but Las Vegas
The
legend.
legend. Yeah. It's one of the better places to be legends of. I don't know what he does. And the people in our comments will be mad that we don't know who Wayne Newton is. Sorry. It's not the demographic for him. But he does. Pascal opens up, which I think was really appreciated for the audience. We needed this. Him telling his basically rags to riches story, where he came from nothing.
Yeah.
So at the first 3 episodes, we see Pascal kind of not flaunting, but having these nice things, expecting nice things. So you kind of have a certain impression of him. Like he said, it's easy to judge the book by its cover, but you got to read the story. And we read the story today during this one-on-one. It's very cool to see. And like, it made me empathize with him a ton because he earned everything he got. And if you come from that, flaunt it, own it, do your thing. Like if you come from nothing, you got a private jet, fly your private jet, do what you got to do, enjoy it.
Yeah, I also appreciated that their date was right in front of the Eiffel Tower of Vegas, and obviously Pascal's the only French guy, so I don't know if they planned. That's definitely planned.
Yeah.
Pascal was getting that one-on-one, but that was a great touch by ABC.
That was good. I feel like Pascal, his ceiling, I don't think he could make hometowns.
Because I think the Maria comparison's great.
He's Maria, yeah.
And so I'll give him the ceiling of hometowns, and then get sent home at a airport hangar
On a tarmac.
on a tarmac.
All right. All right, we move on to the group date. So they brought out Andre Reed and Eric Dickerson for a kickball match. That's a waste of a budget right there.
Can we just talk about how Eric Dickerson literally looks just like CK? When he was running out, I was like, that's CK.
CK.
But it was Eric Dickerson. And then they showed CK and then showed Eric Dickerson. I was like, they're the same person. I was confused for a second. I was like, that's so sick.
I have to. I'm going to go under the assumption that they had it planned as a football date. And then someone spoke up finally and was like, guys, we cannot make these 60, 70-year-old men tackle each other. Someone's going to get hurt. Because there's no reason, if you're going to do the kickball match, you don't spend the money to get Eric Dickerson. And
then who do
you don't get anybody. It doesn't matter.
But it does, because they always do something stupid. They'll get like a B-list celeb or like D-list celebrity, whatever. I don't
Get
even
soccer
know.
players. Teach them how to actually kick. They didn't even do football drills. They did kickball drills. It would have made
Yeah, but
sense if they did like football drills and like, all right, we're not going to actually make you play. We're going to do kickball instead.
I think the guys, the Golden Geezers, appreciated Eric Dickerson and
Yeah,
Andre
well, yeah,
Reed.
it's cool. They could have brought out Michael Jordan. They would have been stoked. But if it wasn't a basketball day, it would be pointless.
And it's probably Eric Dickerson lives in LA, so it's like,
Does he live in
easy.
LA?
I'm assuming he played for the Rams.
When they were in St. Louis? Oh no, he was in LA.
No,
Right?
that was when they were
The
back in
first
LA.
time.
It was the
Well, just
first-
because he played for them doesn't mean he lives there.
He probably does, dude. Just go with it. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna fact check it. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, look up Eric Dickerson's house.
Eric Dickerson is an American player and coach who lives in Los Angeles. Wait, he's currently the offensive quality control coach for the Philadelphia Eagles?
But he lives in LA. I guess this is before the season started. It was filmed before
Yeah.
the season started. So
All right, fair enough. It's brought to you by Quaker Oats, by the way. The entire kickball, the kickball.
I have 3 lines of my notes written about that. You want to hear it word for word? Because you
Go.
might have to bleep some out.
Let's go.
In quotes, bruh, the softball game is sponsored. ABC, you're so fucking poor. Fuck you and Quaker Oats. But actually, though, if you need to get an ad, Quaker Oats to sell, ABC, come on. Just make it a kickball game. Stop making it all about your damn money. Greedy bastards. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
I was going to say that for my Golden Rose, but we're talking about it. So.
Who, one of the guys said, "Oh, I do love my Quaker Oats." Was it Greg?
Yes. It was great. And then Charles was eating it on the sideline.
So good.
How much do they get paid for that? Like, I
Um,
don't know. But Quaker Oats, if you want to sponsor the podcast,
yeah.
We'll have some oats.
Oh, anytime. We're hungry. The kickball game starts off first kick. I think it was Guy bunts. Well, guys, what are we doing? We're bunting. Well, we're gonna bunt. That pitcher was just running back and forth every single time, and then the montage they did where Guy bunted it, they threw it at him very lightly, and then it cuts to all the guys saying, "That's when we knew, like it was serious. Like I didn't know we were playing this type of kickball. Let's lock in." Like I was like, "What are we talking about?" That was the most casual kickball out of all time. They acted like he just threw at his head. I was like, "What are we doing here?"
That was like some like Real Bros of Simi Valley like cut where it's like, That's when I knew I needed to talk to Wyatt.
After watching that play with Guy, I knew it was serious.
Yeah. Also, the whole bunting first kick, I think that is completely valid, and I think I would do the same.
That's crazy. That's a beta move. That's a beta move.
But, okay, if you're the first kick of the freaking thing, you're on camera, and you try to
I'm a launching that sucker.
Kick a dinger, and you miss, that is awful. You play safe. They're playing back. They don't know you're about to bunt.
You don't play it safe. You think Charles L played it safe when he didn't know the rules of kickball?
Honestly, yeah.
Kickball?
I still don't know.
It was so funny. He's like, "I've never played this game before." I was like, "Charles, sound it out." Kickball. You gotta do one thing, and he did it fantastically. He's 1 of 1 MVP.
I'm wondering if he only batted that one time. Like, did they wait to have him only use his one?
Yeah, they put him 9th in the order.
Inning?
That's rude. They put him at the bottom of the batting order. Joke's on you. Well, they ended up winning. I do want to point out Greg's slide when he went head first in third base. One of the more impressive feats I've seen on this show. It's up there with what's her name? Evelyn, who jumped over the wedding table in Joey's season. That was impressive. We can put those two side by side, see which one was the greater athletic feat. But shout out to Greg there, really leaving it all out there. What else did I write?
was kind of a little unsafe. The third baseman was standing there. I was like, if he slid into third base and like absolutely wrecked whoever's standing there knees, like that's. I was waiting for the guy injury.
Yep.
Right. When
And
he did his first kick, they kind of slowed it down, and then he kind of was like stumbling a bit, and I was like, oh my gosh, did he just tear his meniscus?
I thought it was going to be
kickball.
the very last play when it was Guy again. It
Mhm.
slowed down. I was like, this is the final out. It slowed down. I was like, Guy's going to pull or tear his meniscus right here somehow, some way. So we're still waiting for that meniscus tear. I don't know how it's going to happen at this point. We assumed it would be the athletic date, but I doubt he's going to be on 2 of these type of dates.
That means it's gonna be even a funnier way.
Gosh, poor Guy, literally. Blue team wins, and then Gil gets a group date rose.
They didn't have the information back then, even though they could have background checked.
Oh, that's yeah. So Gil, good job, bud. Congrats.
Yeah. See, when they showed his conversation with Joan, I knew. I was like, oh, he's gonna get the rose, because why else would they show it unless he's getting the rose? And so we haven't seen much of him through 3 episodes, for probably the reason we all suspect. But you got the group day rose.
I
He's
was
still here.
hoping Charles L could. He wasn't gonna get the group date rose, but maybe get a kiss. That would have been nice. Oh,
That'd be hot.
A Charles L. Joan kiss is gonna hit like crack. It's gonna hit like crack.
I don't think we're gonna get one.
I don't know.
I don't think we're gonna get one, man.
Oh no. But Charles L. is either the happiest man alive, like during the kickball moment where he got his first kick, or he's just ripping my heart out. There's no in between. He's either just like this so gentle, he's having so much fun hanging out with the guys, or he's like, this is the most heartbreaking, devastating thing to ever happen to me, and I'm still grieving with this. And it's so, as much as I love him, it's just every time he pops up on my screen, I have to like brace for impact because I know it's not going to go well for me, and I'm going to end up crying.
Or smiling,
like tears of joy. Like I'll cry tears of joy when he's like, "Did you see that ball I kicked? They didn't catch it." Oh,
like the start of the episode, he had this like cup of nuts or cup of almonds. I don't know if you saw how he was eating the almonds,
no.
But he had this full on angle, like the hand was like this, and he was like, I was like, that is such a dad move. That is such a
gosh. I love him so much. All right, moving on to Jonathon's one-on-one date, which one of the stranger one-on-one dates because there was no night portion. It was just horseback riding. And they didn't have a night port because she gave him the rose. It was still daylight. I was like, wait, this feels a little weird. But Jonathon, let's backtrack a little bit. It was very interesting because this is the first time I've seen someone do this where he got the one-on-one and he almost didn't want it.
He said he'd rather have a group date.
Yeah, which I understood what he was trying to say, where he was like, I don't know if he was almost scared to open up because if I open up and then she's apprehensive about it or doesn't like what I say, whatever, and I get sent home, like that's more embarrassing, I guess. Where he said I wasn't ready for a one-on-one yet. Maybe keep that one to yourself just because the other guys are going to see that as, hey, I really want this one-on-one. You don't even want it and you're getting it. But I do like Jonathon. Again, I think I'm not trying to be hard on him at all because I really like Jonathon. I see where he's coming from. But I think that could have rubbed some of the guys the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually out on Jonathon.
Whoa.
I'm completely out on Jonathon.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Are you still mad about last week? He couldn't get over the high school dumping?
That was the start of it. But honestly, I have to be in on people and I have to be out on people. And you've got to make up your mind at some point. And Jonathon's one of the guys I don't like I don't like. Out of all the guys left, there's a few I don't like. There's a few I like. There's in between. And Jonathon's one of the guys I don't like. I don't know. I think he's a little it's a little strange in a way, not in a bad way, just in a different way that not like being fake, but I just don't see it. I don't know. I just gives me bad bad gut feeling.
Interesting. I I'm the opposite. I really like Jonathan. I think he's going to go pretty far in this thing. I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's got hometown's potential. I really do. I like. He's very gentle. He's very thoughtful, and I think she likes that. He's a good balance between the Pascals of the world. You couldn't get two more different people between Pascal and Jonathan, but I think they both work for Joan in a certain way. So I think he's gonna stick around for a while. I really do.
Okay.
Anything else from this date? Not really. Again, it was just the horse ride. They didn't have a dinner date, which was still very, very weird to me.
Probably because she canceled it because Jonathan's weird.
You're just gonna wait. That's the
I'm
thing.
gonna die on this hill. I'm gonna die on this hill.
Well, that's the thing about this take. You can be like, I'm out on Jonathan, and then just wait until he gets eliminated and be like, told you. It could be final two. As long as he doesn't win, you're right. And even if he wins, and you're gonna wait like 2 years, and they end up breaking up, and you're like, told you.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's gonna make it that far, and I don't know. I get weird vibes, man. I get weird vibes.
All right, we'll keep an eye on the weird vibes then. Then we cut to the night portion. This is also when Kim was trying to orchestrate his group song, which was just, it felt like a camp counselor forced fun event, which I just wanted the guys to buy in. They never bought in. I do appreciate Gary's honesty when he was like, I just don't want to sing the song. I don't want to do it. I don't think anyone else wants to do it. He's like, it's your song. And Kim was so sweet. He was like, no, it's our song. Like, I wrote it. Sure, Beethoven wrote the symphony, but if it was just him, it wouldn't sound great. I was like, that's a kind of a bar.
Yeah, that I wrote down the whole Beethoven thing. That was a great quote. I couldn't write down all of the words of it. I was like, whoa, that's a long quote, but he had a really good point there, and it really shows the camaraderie. Camaraderie. I mean camaraderie. It's just the camaraderie between the guys. Yeah. All the golden geezers.
I did really want, and we kind of got it, but it would have been funny if it was more direct. When as Joan is opening up about her reservations, what she's dealing with her mom, just her reservations about the entire process. And she has this huge, open, vulnerable talk with all the geezers. And then I would have loved for there to be a pause as Joan's like wiping a tear away. And Kim's like, you know what? Joan, thanks for opening up with us and sharing with us. I think I have just the thing to cheer you up. And then he stands up and sings the song. I thought we were going to get it. Oh, I wanted it so bad. But he ends up singing with Guy later on, which at the right time. But I thought he was going to chime in, knowing Kim. He'd be like, you know what? I'm reading this moment right now. We need to up the mood a little bit. Let me cheer you up, Joan. Just, we are the mansion men, the mansion men. I want to learn that song. If Kim makes it to hometowns somehow, some way, I will write his poem into the tune of that song.
That's fair. I was going to say, if he makes the hometowns, I think we should perform that song and make a TikTok dance. You should perform that song to the Tate McRae dance that's going viral right now.
Or do the Apple one or whatever. What's the one, Charlie X?
Apple?
Yeah.
I think the Apple's
right. Yeah, that one. We should do that too. The Mansion Men. Yeah. That was great. And then what else we got?
Gary.
Oh, I almost forgot about Gary.
He shows up, and then they try to do this thing where they show him coming out of the limo, and then they cut to commercial, and they think we're all here yapping to each other like, oh my God, is he there to get back together with Joan? No, ABC, we knew that shit wasn't gonna happen, all right? So stop with the whole commercial baiting. That's what you're doing. Stop. We know it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
We knew it was just going to be some stupid, silly little talk on the same bench that she left him at. I don't care. It's a bench, dude.
We didn't need it. We didn't need Gary. No one's like, all right, this season's been great. Everything's going well. What does Gary think? No one in their right mind, no one in America, no one overseas has thought that during this season. They're like, you know what? Things are going great. I just hope Gary's doing okay. I hope Gary has some input here. No one's asking for that. And I'm not going to dig in on Gary. We did that enough during his season. But go home. Go home, dude. Come back to Indiana and just hang out. Just live your life.
Yeah. It's kind of just a time filler. We didn't get the date night. We didn't get the night portion of Jonathan's date, but we got that.
Yeah. Unneeded. Last thing I want to bring up before we talk about who went home. What's happening with Keith here? Something interesting's happening because he got the first impression rose, which normally is a very good indicator of where you're going to go throughout the season. And he just very quickly, usually there is a 2 or 1 or 2 week gap after you get the first impression rose. They lay low for a little bit. He feels like he's laying unusually low because I feel like he's not on the hot seat, but close.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely needs to have a solid week, but I mean, it's kind of like Greer. Greer got the first impression
Not
rose.
everything's about Greer, Michael.
Okay, stop. Let me pop off. Yeah, Greer got the first impression rose, and then like nothing happened, and then she just didn't get a 1-on-1, and then vanished into my dreams. No, and then she vanished into the oblivion. So, maybe it's that situation. I think next week or the week after he'll have a good week, and no way he goes out next week. Like, there's no way. There's no way.
Close. I don't disagree, but it's just weird. We haven't. Usually they throw in like one really good conversation they have just to remind you. Oh yeah, Keith got the first pressure. They're not doing that. So I feel like Keith might be fading fast. But those who are fading faster are the ones who got sent home this week. So pour one out for Greg, Double G's, CK, the only one Charles left, and Kim, our sailor, our captain. The Mansion Men are no more.
Oh yeah, he can't make hometowns. He literally got eliminated.
Oh, did I say that earlier? Yeah,
both
so
that.
dumb.
Oh my god, I totally forgot he got eliminated.
Oh yeah, wait, that was a brain fart. Oh my goodness.
Damn.
I want
If
to
anybody, whoever, that's yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I put this part right after we say that, so we don't.
No,
so we
there should be the
fact check.
No, there's got to be the 10-minute break or the 5-minute break, or whatever. Be like,
And wait for one person to comment, be like, "You guys are so fucking dumb." Kim went home.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, dude. What?
Yeah, hand up. Sorry about that, guys. That was crazy. I can't believe we've done this. Man, it's late. It's late. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I did really appreciate Kim telling Joan when he got sent home, I would really love to be your friend. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then it looked like he was going in for like the actual kiss, but then the side kiss. It did look like he was going in for the kiss.
Listen, I would love to be your friend.
We are forever.
Life's too short.
And I was like,
you didn't have to ruin it, Mike. It was a great moment. I wasn't
going to
point that out. I wasn't going to point it out. I wasn't going to point it out. It was a little awkward after that.
It was really awkward, and it made me uncomfortable because I'm like, Kim kinda gives me like creepy grandpa vibes, and that kind of secured it. Sorry.
Come on, let him live. Let the man.
Kind of looks like Tim Walz. He kind of like he's got a Tim Walz hair,
Yeah.
They're like the same color, white.
Yeah, I enjoyed that moment until you just ruined it. So thanks for that. But
no problem.
CK goes home. Greg goes home. I think that nothing shocking there. Who do you have on the hot seat? heading in next
Um,
week?
I mean, shit, I had Gary on the hot seat last week, but honestly, I think he's out of the hot seat. I think he's sticking
He's-
around for another week.
Yeah.
100%, 100%, another week. Yeah, maybe 2. So I can't put Charles just because it doesn't feel right to
Yeah.
put Charles in that seat. So that leaves me. I mean, they try to make it seem like Mark was on the hot seat. Cap.
Not. Yeah, he'll be around for a
Cap.
bit.
Yeah, that's Cap. Um, gosh, I'm trying to think. Oh, Gil. I think he's on the hot seat. Even with the group date rose, I still think he could go home next week, and I won't be surprised.
I'm a little worried that because of all the stuff about Gil and they're lessening how much they show of him, that we aren't seeing any of Gil and they actually have a very strong connection.
Oh, and he actually goes really far.
Yeah, but they're just cutting all of his parts.
That would be hilarious in terms of, again, to the ABC casting.
Like, not funny, but
Hilarious.
a little bit funny. A little bit, just to like rub it in the face, like ABC, get better background checks, please.
No, I won't go Gil though.
What are you gonna do then?
You
I
go,
think
you.
Gary is on my hot seat. I really do. Unfortunately, I love Gary. I think he's great, but we're starting to get to the point where this is getting serious. He's got to lock in.
I mean, I can't put Charles. I just can't do that. I mean, I've only got 4 guys left, which is tough. Out of all my 4 guys, I think Dan is the most on the hot seat compared to Keith.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mark and Chalk are chilling, at least for now. But
fair. All right, so that is it for that recap. We're going to try something out here, a little final segment, wrap up each episode. We're going to give out our final rose. You give it to someone, basically something you want to get off your chest. It can be Bachelor related, it can be life related. I want to give my final rose to myself. I'm going to give the first ever final rose to me because I'm standing my ground and I'm not going to apologize. So I put out a TikTok this morning where I decided to play matchmaker and pair up the Golden Geezers from this season with not who you would expect. You'd expect me to pair them with the Golden Gals from Gary's season. No. I paired them up with Joey's gals. And I made a little couples, played matchmaker with them, had some fun with it. People are saying, hey, maybe you could have just matched them up with the Golden Gals. I'm not going to apologize. Is it a weird idea that I did? Yeah, I did. I'm going to stand by it. Some of the couples weirdly kind of worked. Jonathon and Rachel.
Honestly, I think all of them kind of worked. I'm not going to lie.
The only, like, Daisy and Chalk, yes.
Works.
She likes dudes with weird names. Thor. Chalk.
Yeah.
The only one I wasn't quite sure about, which were the other ones were Edwina and Bob, which would be really fun. I think they'd have a great time together. There was a 5th one, I think. I can't remember who it was. Charles, Ellen, Leia. It was Maria and Pascal.
Maria and Pascal.
That one's like fire.
That's fiery. That's a fiery.
I could see that happening.
Fiery couple.
100%. So my final rose goes to me. I'm not going to apologize. Sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry.
I'm going to give my final rose to, if anything, Bachelor's Competition, which is Netflix reality TV. So, as some of you might know, the rumored cast for Perfect Match Season 3 came out, and Rachel from Zach's season, right, / her own season / Bachelor in Paradise, Rachel Rakia, I don't know how to say her last name.
Rakia.
She's going to be on it, and Blake Moynes is going to be on it. Allegedly, this is rumored, so I don't know if it's a thing. But I like how Netflix is kind of reaching out and saying, hey, you know what? We're going to maybe steal some of your people. Do this, that. I like that. And they've got Love is Blind out as of Tuesday. So
which we will be talking about. So stay tuned for that on this channel. We're going to dip our toes into the Love is Blind territory or see what that's all about. I've never watched a season before. Michael, you've watched before, correct?
Yeah, I've seen every season but one, I think.
So
Or two.
I'm excited to dip my toes into that water, see how that goes. Other news, I want to shout out to friend of the program, Katie Thurston, recently engaged. We love love. Let's clap it up. Congrats to Katie. And yeah, I think that's it for this week. What's up?
And Lizzie's home.
Oh, Lizzie's home. Let's
Super producer Lizzie is home. She
Yes.
probably led the episode.
Very much should have led the episode with that. I might actually just put this at the beginning. Yeah, we haven't been doing great about giving updates with Lizzie because stuff changes a lot, but things are progressing well. We appreciate everyone who has reached out and comments and all that stuff. But keep sending prayers, love her way as she continues to improve each day. So thank you all for that. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to get to, and I don't remember what it is, so it can't be that important. Thank you guys for listening to BachMakers, aka your girlfriend's favorite podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.